I'm Caroline. I'm going to be going over some Excel functions. So the first one is autofill, and this one's fairly simple. So the first step is to select one or more cells following a pattern, and this could be consecutive numbers or dates. And then next you're gonna, with the cell selected, drag the fill handle, which is the icon shown on the right of number 2. And then next, when releasing the cursor, you're gonna see that the selected cells should autofill to the rest of your selection. If it does not autofill, then go to select autofill options and select it from there, and that icon will look like the one on the right of number 3. Oops. So next is flash fill. So to flash fill, an example is in column A, I have a list of classmates' first names, and in column B, I have classmates' last names. In column C, I want to have their full names, so I'm going to type the first one out in C2 and click enter. In C3, I'm going to begin typing the next full name, and Excel should fill it in. If it doesn't, try the same thing again for the next line, and it should work. It should catch on to the pattern and just autofill. And then next is freeze panes. So to freeze the first column, you're going to go to View, Freeze Panes, and then click Freeze First Column. To freeze the first 2 columns, you're going to click on third column to select it. And then you're going to go to View, Freeze Panes. And then next you're going to go to for columns and rows, you're going to select cells below the rows, and to the right of the columns you want to keep visible when you scroll. And then again, you're going to go to View, Freeze Panes, and Freeze Panes again. And then to unfreeze rows or columns, or to freeze them in a different way, you're going to go to the View tab in Excel, which looks like this, and then you're going to go to unfreeze or freeze panes, depending on what you want to do, and then it'll give you a couple of options. Next is concatenate. So this one's a little bit confusing, but to use this function in Excel, it's used to join 2 or more pieces of text or strings into one. So an example from Microsoft was concatenate, and then you'll see on my first example it has stream population for A2, A3, A4, mile, like it has a lot of text, and then B2 and C2. So the double quotation marks with a space between them with the function concatenate should shorten them into one, as you can see in the first example. And adding a piece of space will also shorten the string, for example with the hello world. And then A and B returns the same value as concatenate A and B. So I know that one was a little bit confusing, and I did provide a link to that Microsoft website, so if you need more examples, there are plenty of really good examples there too. This is just kind of what I got from what I've learned and everything. So next is creating drop-down lists. And these are very effective for helping to work more efficiently in worksheets. So if your items are not already in a table, you're going to convert a list to a table by selecting cells in the range and pressing Control or Command if you're on a Mac and T. And then next you're going to select the cell where you want the drop down, and then you're going to go to the Data tab and go to Data Validation, and then the Settings tab, Allow Box, and then List. And then on Source Box, select List Range, and then insert your text and numbers and place commas between them when necessary, and then click OK, and your items will be added to a list. And then here is a picture showing you how to do that. And again, this is another one where I have more examples at the end with my sources, so if you need to go back and look at it, I have good sources at the end. So that's it. Thank you.